welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve.
How are you doing this hot
You know,
July?
they say that this is the longest streak of 110 or more, 115 or more.
110, over 110, I heard.
I thought it was over 115.
No.
Anyway, the longest streak of it being this hot. And so I was like, I'm going to have to go back and fix that one that I had the temperature wrong so that you can see how many days it was above 115. Because if it's a record, it's got to be on there.
Yeah, for real.
Which I will discuss more when I'm doing
It's too hot. It's off the chart.
Well, and you know,
even though I adjusted it, it's still too hot.
Put a little side note.
you know,
I ran out of 110 thread.
there's certain things that you do when it's this hot. You change your life. You know, like I'm like, Beth, we are not going to go grocery shopping in the afternoon if I have to bring the stuff in.
I always tell Eli, he wants to go somewhere, and I'm like, when the sun goes down, I will think about it.
You know, or going swimming, you know, near dark or, you know, something like that. And I was watching TikTok, and there was this guy from Phoenix, and he goes, how hot is it? He says, I get up with my dog because it was, I think he said a border collie or something, but one of those dogs that needs a lot of exercise. Sorry, my sound isn't off on my phone. And he said, I took him out this morning and we played with the ball, and he showed some of his other balls that were out there in the yard. And he goes, and I just tossed the ball back out in the yard when we got home. And then it was afternoon, and the ball was melted into his AstroTurf. And he's like, it was gooey.
remember my parking card was all like a piece of, like I said, like a piece of bologna in the oven.
Yeah.
I have this Starbucks gift card that's also I keep it in my car door little thing. And I had this Starbucks gift card, and it's like solid. So I had this, and actually, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, the McDonald's, I should tell some stories, but anyway, I'm telling you now because it's a heat-related issue. The McDonald's gift card that one of our wonderful viewers sent us that we keep reloading, it was also okay. It wasn't melting. So I sandwiched my parking card between the two of them, and I put 4 rubber bands on there. And so it stopped the weird warp, and then it was just curved like this. And so, and all of them kind of were, but not so much the Starbucks card, because the Starbucks card was on this side, and so it curved toward the weaker side like that. So I had the genius idea, well, if I move one of the rubber bands corner to corner, it'll maybe pull out some of that curve. No, what it did was it totally, like, collapsed on itself, and the center is buckled like this, so it's like, it's kind of straight, but the center has a bubble down the center, and so does our McDonald's gift card.
I'm surprised the rubber band didn't destroy itself.
One of them did. One of them broke in the heat.
When Hannah was little, Naomi, she liked to draw and color and all that very much. And she had to remember not to leave crayons in the car.
Oh, yeah, my husband's car that we got rid of when we have his current one had a permanent dark green crayon that had fallen down and gotten like stuck between the seats like this. So there was just, you get the wax out, but the stain is forever.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going first, and we can talk about more stories later, because I want to talk about me. Just kidding. So I finished one sleeve. I finished it and started the next one. So I'm about 20 rows into this new sleeve, and I'm trying to do 10 rows in a sitting. So there's that. So that's going well. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll join them to the body and do the shoulders, which will, I think, actually go very quickly. So I'm getting excited about this.
So when you put the sleeves on, will you be done?
No, because so I have the body.
She's not making the sweater that comes down here.
Yeah. I have the body. It looks short, but she wants a short sweater.
Mm-hmm.
And then I attach the sleeve like this to the body, both sleeves. So I'll put the other sleeve over here. Oh, sorry, I'm really in front of your face, like that.
Uh-huh.
And then I join it into one large circle that goes across the top, around the around the arm, and then I do decreases up.
Oh, okay.
And then I make the. She wants a. So Hannah's had a
Crew neck.
She wants a U-shaped neck. So I'll start the. I think I'll start the neckline shortly after I join. Like I'm going to come up maybe an inch. I'm going to measure.
I was wondering whether or not the body was, basically finished. But
Oh no,
yes.
they're not. So
Yeah.
so a lot of times you make the whole top, or like you do a top down. You start the neck and you do your raglan increases. You hold these stitches here, and then you finish the sweater.
Right.
And then
you put the sleeves on.
And then you put the. But actually, what you do is start here and knit down to the cuff, and then start here and knit down. So.
Yeah.
Or you do what's called a set-in sleeve, which has more shape to it, and you sew it into the hole. But this is a bottom-up sweater. And so this is the body, to remind you.
Yeah, poke my eyes out.
And it's on double needle, so it's very wide. And I mean, not very wide, but it's the full length. Sorry, let me move all this back into my bag in a normal,
What the heck am I doing?
sorry, I gotta wind my yarn back up.
Oh,
Try to protect it from Hobbs all week. It's been very hard. He walks by and he puts his little face in and he goes, he just tastes it like that. I'm like, stop it. So that's where I am on Jordan's sweater. And, so the Casapinka knit along, I have not started. Let's see, I have the cover picture. Where is it? Sharon on the trail. That started 2 weeks ago. Sharon from Security is hiking through Europe because Casapinka is hiking through Europe, actually. So if you remember, I had 3 colors of yarn. Sorry for the bad noise. I caked them up because I'm like, I'm going to start, but I had these 3 colors of yarn from Casapinka's Knit Stars. I think it was Knit Stars 6? Knit Stars 5? Yeah.
The texture's really pretty.
Yeah.
The
So I had these 3, and I was like, I need something else. Do I need a black? Do I need... Here, I'm going to put this up here so you can see them all together.
You can't. The blue one's off the. There.
There we go. So I had those 3, and then my friendly folks at the yarn shop helped me find this one.
Ooh,
That's nice.
Isn't that
nice.
pretty?
That's going to be nice.
So I think what I'm going to do is, because it's kind of a gradient, I think I'm going to do these 3, and then the green's going to be the pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
What do you think? Isn't that pretty?
I like that combination.
It's like a box of crayons. It's a little bit different yarn base. It's got cashmere in it, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So my aunt sent me a gift card, so thank you. And I went to the yarn shop and got that. And then the other thing I've been doing is we finished Tour de Fleece, and if you remember, I was working on that colorful yarn. I'll show you guys a picture so you can ooh and ah. Well, because I'm going to put a picture up. But this was the single that I was working on. It was that
Colorful thing.
the
blue and yellow and
what's it called? The fiber that I showed a few weeks ago. I could show that as well. And then here's the single, and then this is the yarn that I'm making. I'm finally plying it, and I'm doing a chain ply,
Cool.
Which produces actual blocks of color. You'll see in the
Like these
in the
things.
plied, in the plied yarn, you'll see that like there's green, then there's like a yellowish green, then there's a teal blue, and then a yellow, and then another kind of green. So so a lot of times when you spin a colorful bump of fiber like that, you know, you have sections of green, sections of yellow, and then if you do a 2-ply, you're basically, let's see, I need some free yarn, which I don't have any free yarn. I'll use this one. Basically, you're taking a whole entire skein of yarn and you're folding it back on itself when you do a 2-ply, and you're twisting it back on itself. So if there's a different color here on this part and on this part, then you get that barber pole look. But a lot of times when you have color blocks like that, you can do something called the chain ply, which is similar to crochet. Basically, it's like a long crochet loop. So I have a loop, I'm going to grab another piece and pull it through, and then up here there's 3 plies together, and then I keep pulling it through like this and making, so I basically am 3 lengths of its own self against each other. So if I'm in a long section that's all yellow, I get yellow yarn, and then as it transitions into green, I can start a whole nother chain, and then it's just 3 strands of the green section together. So it creates more color blocks that way. And now I'm putting a knot in my yarn. But so that's what I'm doing on that. Comment below if you'd like a spinning demonstration, because I'd be happy to do that in a separate video. But so I'm working on that. Tour de Fleece ended last Sunday, and next year they're talking about doing it during the Femme race as well, during the women's race as well. But we ended last Sunday and did a prize drawing, and I won. I forgot to bring it with me. I won a little bottle of wool wash, which is nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was my little prize. And it was fun to just get together and spin, and I think we decided we're going to spin on the 3rd. Now I can't remember if it's the 1st or the 3rd
Of August.
Sunday of every month. We just decided to
see.
make a club and to get together. And now I can't remember what it was. I think we're starting in August, but I think we decided it's the 1st.
So are you going to miss this one because you're going to Taos?
We'll see. I don't know. I can't remember if it's the 1st or 3rd. I gotta check in with somebody. But yeah, so I'm really proud of this yarn. This fiber that I was spinning is merino. It's the first time I've ever, because one of the challenges I had was to spin something new, and I've done a lot of spinning, but I've never spun merino yarn. I've done, like, most of the colored fiber they have there is Polworth and silk, which is Polworth is just a different breed of sheep. Or I've done like the natural colors of like Jacob wool and Cotswold and all that kind of stuff, but I've never done merino. And so this particular one was merino, and I liked the colors, so I decided to try it, and it just wanted to spin thin. I can't describe it. It just, why it wanted to. But some you have to fight it to get it a thin single, and some just naturally kind of want to do that. And this just, it was almost like when I was in the spinning group, one lady's like, that looks like sewing thread. It was so fine, which I really like. So this is turning out to be like a fingering weight, which is similar to this kind of weight. So I could do a lot with it. I thought, my sock machine's coming, I could make socks with it. Or I was thinking about a hat.
I'm curious.
There's a
Is
fat dog on
your
it.
sock machine coming for my birthday?
Yeah, probably. And I'm going to make you socks that you hate.
No, I won't wear them. So.
Oh, you have to get socks.
You'd be like in.
Because then when I come and take my shoes off, I have to take off shoes and socks, and I never wear
don't you wear
anything on my
socks in the
feet.
cold floor when it's winter here?
No, I wear those slippers you made me.
Well, that's the same as socks. I made Hannah some really nice shorty socks last summer, 2 summers ago. She was at Norfolk and it was pouring rain all the time, but I knit her some socks and mailed them to her. And they were called Rose City Rollers, and they didn't have a cuff at the top. They were just it just rolled down, and it was like a little shorty sock.
If I
bet you
were walking a lot, like I don't take hikes. But if I was taking a hike or something like that, I would wear socks because it protects your feet from blisters and the sweat.
Yeah.
But you know, I wear my shoes for a few minutes outdoors and then I come inside.
I'm gonna make you socks anyway, because what else am I gonna do with all that sock yarn and all that sock machine and everything else? But
skin things from.
ew.
One of the
About the
cats.
skin things?
The cat scratched me this morning.
So I'm working on the second sleeve. I'm keeping track with hashtags and my little diagram here. And that's all I'm doing. That's me. I'm done. I guess you're going next, TV?
Yeah, I have a lot here.
I need a pen. I always forget to bring a pen.
I don't have one.
Do you have a pen?
Yes.
So right now,
I usually do too. I have it in my purse.
for WIPGO, one of the calls was to work on my own designs. And I had this Flamingo. I have to remember which is front and which is back because I don't remember. The pattern has it, but it's basically the same thing on the front and back.
Is that a pillow for your big toe?
Yes. What'd you do? You spilled your beads
I dropped it
everywhere?
on the beads and the beads went.
I'll say, should I sneeze? Instead your beads flying everywhere.
Anyway, I wanted to finish it like I did this one. Now you will notice a size difference here. The size difference is because in my patterns that I make for these, there's a little backstitch line. And that's so that if you want to put it together with the backstitch line to make sure that they line up exactly front to back, you have that backstitch line. On this one, actually, I don't think I used that backstitch line on the other one either. But to show you, I went ahead and did it on the backstitch line. So it's a little bit smaller and it looks the same from front to back. Technically, it's supposed to be the back of the thing because like here...
Oh, the back of the flamingo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here's the turtle and the turtle back.
I see.
And
That's cute.
but with the flamingos, it looks the same. Every time I pick this up, there's a thread from something stuck to it. Anyway, I wanted to do this same finish where it's got these 3 beads going around, and I took a picture of it so you could see it. So I bought the beads. I took this with me and went,
Yeah, nice.
you know, so I'm going to use these 3 beads. And so I was like, well, I'm going to have to get that needle that will go through teeny weeny beads. Now, the beads I'm using right now are smaller, but, you know, I know the needle will work because that's what I'm using. And I said, I have no business beading anything else until I finish this.
How long have you been working on that doll?
2 years, this July.
It's so small. I just crack up every time I think about how long it's taken you for such a tiny little design.
Well, you have to remember that I did it the wrong direction first, and I was quite a ways through.
I know.
And it wasn't until I got back over to the dog's rear end that I was like, that is not going to fit. And I thought I could just adjust it, but then I wouldn't have been happy. So I took it all out and started again. So,
but even so, it's so small. I mean, I have things I've been working on for a million years as well. It just kind of cracks me up. But yeah, you're right.
Well,
you gotta finish that thing.
I finished the stitching last year, and I don't want to do the beading in here, and I don't normally sit in here for very long unless I'm sewing, so I haven't gotten the beading done.
You mean you do want to do the beading in here?
Yes, I do want to do the beading in here, not where I normally stitch.
Because you have a table and stuff to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on right now. Trying to finish this little guy. But if I don't finish it while we're filming, I'm gonna start on this
pillow.
thing. I think. I don't know. I'm really excited because I first saw this finish on
Can I see it up close?
on a Helen D finish, and she did a little tutorial on how to do it.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Helen D on
FlossTube.
yeah, on flosstube, but I'm trying to I tried to remember what she is on Instagram. I don't, but see the tutorials on flosstube.
What's this stuffed with?
Fiber fill.
Because it feels crunchy,
might- It might be walnut shell and fiber fill.
Because it feels crunchy, like
This
lizard litter.
This one is just
Yeah, I'm see.
this one. Lizard.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah.
is just fiber fill.
Oh, okay.
That's so you could stick pins in it. And,
I see.
well, you could stick pins in it either way, but
Yeah.
I just
I
I like
made
it in the little dough bowl. I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a pin cushion once with lizard litter. And my pins, I put my pins in there and I pulled them out and they were sticky.
That's weird.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
Made me mad.
usually that's like to
It's like, why are
helps
these
burnish
sticky?
it.
I
you
know. That's what I
Okay,
understood.
so that's what I'm working on right now. And
Maybe you had a lizard go to the bathroom in it.
No, stop it.
are you done? And then to finish this, the greatest story, I was like, well, I want something long, and I was debating, and I was at Hobby Lobby looking for the beads, and I went to the wood aisle and I found this,
Nice.
and I love it.
Nice.
Right, and I was like,
does it fit? Does it fit?
yeah, I was asking myself, does it fit? And I knew it wasn't. I knew that the thing was too short this way. I knew that, but this I ironed it in, so it could go around something a little stiffer to poof it up or something. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to poof it up.
Oh, it's not too
But-
short at all.
Well, no, it's not very short, but I haven't folded in the sides at all.
Oh, you
And-
mean you thought the design was too short, side to side?
No, that
The
it
wood.
wouldn't wrap around the ends.
Oh,
Okay.
To wrap around.
See, or come to the edge like this does.
I see.
Right. So, I bought. I don't know which one I'm going to use.
That's cool though.
This red little balls. What are these pom poms? But I think there might be pom poms on both sides. It's hard to say. I don't think so. Maybe I don't know. But there's also this with. I kind of leaning toward this, but it might be too big. Oh, sorry. Around the outside. But then what to do about the fact that it doesn't go all the way over here. And it doesn't go all the way over here, and I haven't even, folded an end over so that it, won't fray and all that. I was like, well, I could cut it all and then just fray it and not use anything around it. I could do that. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So I thought,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
so I thought I would get, I saw these poinsettias,
Yeah.
and I
Those are
thought that
pretty.
they would look real
Put
pretty
it
on the
this side.
ends.
Put it on this side.
On the ends,
Yeah.
like this. Maybe a cluster of 3 on each side. And so even though it may still not go all the way to the end, I think it would look finished.
Could you put it on a board,
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
so
say,
it's raised up from the board? You know what I mean? Like put the design on a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. I intend to do that.
Okay.
I have some sticky board.
Yeah.
Make it a little poofy.
Yeah.
Put some of this. Stuff.
Batting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it will look natural on a larger board. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say
So-
you could also make like a bigger strip with Christmas fabric or something. That way, like you were talking about, maybe putting with magnet instead of
Yeah, I was
Then that way-
mentioning that. Do I want to permanently affix this to this cute little hanger thing? Because at Christmas, like Beth, she'll show you, but she's making these little ornaments, and it would look really cute hanging here. Or if I had one of these that was Christmassy, you know, I could hang it here. And that'd be real cute hanging up on the wall. I thought, you know, in the entryway there, but on the opposite side of where the big one like this is, right?
Yeah.
And you can kind of see the big one that I'm talking about. You see the door back there, and right
this-
behind Naomi's head
Right
is
there is a hanger.
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. And
Yeah.
She's talking about putting it right there.
Yeah, but putting it on the other side by the bookcases. Anyway, so I have a few more decisions to make on this, and I know that this I'm planning on just finishing it with just a sealer, you know, especially if I think I might just have it where it's not permanently attached so that I can put other things there. I don't have anything right now, but I designed this.
All right.
You know, I can design a row of bunnies. You know,
Yeah, or
yeah,
yeah, you could do several designs like that, and then you could just magnet them during the season.
right. And these little hooks, I wouldn't want to put coats or anything like we wear coats. There's a coat rack, like I said, right there. And I have a little rabbit hanging off of it sometimes, or some chili peppers. I have some chili peppers hanging off of it. And you know, in a child's room, this would be so cute
Yeah.
to hang. Like for Robert, I bought him something similar. I bought him at IKEA. It had a little shelf on top, and then it had little hangers below. And I put his swimming trophies and
Yeah.
whatever. And then usually for swimming they would get
The little
ribbons,
medal, yeah.
right? So I hung the ribbons there, and so this would be really cute for that in your room too. Not that I'm going to use it that way because my son is now too old for that kind of thing. Well, he thinks it is, and it was 40% off.
Nice.
Yeah, and I found this in the wood section there at Hobby Lobby, and so it really. The only thing I didn't get on sale were those poinsettias, and I almost didn't buy them. But I thought, if I come back for them, they won't be there.
That's right. So it always
So-
happens.
Yeah. So, have I actually gotten anything done with these? Not
You're
really.
planning is thinking and brainstorming.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say that's
that's half the battle.
So, that's that. And then my second WIPGO, that was the second, my stuff. And the third WIPGO call for July is Halloween Gnomes by Ursula Michaels for Imaginating. And the
And we all know
more
you hate the word.
I think about this, the more that I think I am probably not going to do the words underneath. Because if I did it just here, I'm like, will it fit on there?
Yeah.
what?
Fit
Oh.
on the.
Fit on there.
Fit on the.
I don't know because they're a little on the tall side for
Yeah.
that. But maybe,
Now you're gonna start thinking about all these long.
I'll see a
Designs.
pattern and go, I think they're too tall,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's not like I can't use them like that somewhere else.
Right.
So, this is how far I've gotten. I'm in his beard on this guy right here. So, when I started this, way too long ago, when I started this, now this is 18 count Ada that I dyed myself. And I had, when I bought this, I purchased all of the thread, and it was in the bag. I just leave it in the bag that it came in from 123 Stitch, right? So I know I had all the threads. And the shoes are 2 different colors of purple to make the lighter part of the top of the shoe. And one of the threads was not in there. And when I read the symbols for the other color thread I had, I said, okay, this is the one that's in the major part of the shoe, and then I'll look up where that other thread is and get it and do the top color. And no, the thread I had was supposed to be the top color. So I didn't want to take all that purple out, so I just found another purple to put in, because I talked about it with Beth. I said I could just fill it in all the same color. And she's
I see.
Just find something lighter.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
and I think it looks okay. Most of the stuff because the two colors that were supposed to be there are very close. One just a little bit lighter than the other. And this is quite a bit of difference. But the ones that I had that were similar in, I don't want to use the wrong word. It's not tint,
Shade.
value, so that,
Hue.
no, the hue, no, I don't know. Anyway,
Technical art terms.
how dark it is. Okay, the ones that were similar to what would have been there were too red or too blue, or because purple. You can say purple, and
Yeah.
there's a whole range of purple, which keeps DMC in business. And so I just finally just said, well, it's going to be quite a bit lighter. And then I started on the beard, and after I finished the beard, all I'm going to have on this guy is backstitching. And,
Cool.
and I was hoping to get this guy finished before the end of the month. So I started on the beard,
Not the beard.
and I had worked on the beard last time I worked on this, and I had put in white. And I realized that the white only went down, it didn't go all the way down to the sign, so I must have run out of thread on that thread, right? I didn't put the white where it belonged. Now, I kind of did. But there were some parts where I was like, and I just left it. I'm like, are you going to be able to tell,
That's wrong.
yeah, so I just left it, and I'm just kind of like,
You're going to put it on that pretty board hanger thing, and it's going to be in the entryway, and everybody who walks in is going to be like, that white
Dear,
thread is
yeah.
in the wrong place.
yeah. So I'm just going to roll with it and try to figure out how to work with it the way it is, because I am coming to the point of I want to get this done.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care.
So I mentioned last week that I want to start having another snowman that I purchased as my birthday start. And I told myself, well, what kind of goal should I make myself for that? And I was like, I don't know. If I did one little square a month as a goal, I would have to be 110 in order to finish it. So,
That's a
I'm,
goal.
To live to 110, that's a good goal.
I decided to do it on the 18 count Ada. Now on the pattern, it suggests 25 count fabric, 1/1. And I seriously considered it. But even if I do 1/1 on the 18 count, I know.
Did you, on the 18 or the 16? I thought you told me 16.
I'm going to do it on the 18 to make it smaller, so that it's easier to finish it. Because even so, it's going to be big.
It's going to be a blanket, as they say.
No, a regular one would be. Anyway, so even if I do it 1/1, it's going to be bigger than what the little thing said at 25 count. But I don't know. I'll give myself, work on it this long a day for so many days.
Can I ask you guys, because I don't know, I see a lot of pictures of like those full coverage things where they do, I don't know what it's called, where they have like they're working in a section, but they have the threads.
They park the threads.
They
Yeah.
like just hanging out, like
Yeah.
waiting
Yeah,
for the
look,
next thing. Or?
see, like, I have the threads back here
Yeah.
that I'm working with in here.
Okay.
So that, because if I don't have these little bars, I'm pointing at the
Snowman.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't have those little bars to tell me where the little squares go, it's harder.
Uh-huh.
So I just have the extra thread here and I hold it out of my way because I'm not pulling it and
Yeah.
like
And that way
really
you're not,
real
you're not having
parking.
to anchor, like, you do 3 stitches and anchor the thread and do 2 stitches and you don't have, and you don't really have to carry it because you're stitching the other color so it covers it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I decided that if I'm going to start that snowman for my birthday, which is August 14th, if I'm going to start that snowman for my birthday, I should finish this snowman. So I finished the little birdies, and I am almost all the way done with the swirlies on this side.
Is that a
and-
berry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, probably should say what it is. This is Erica Michaels Burberry, and I am working on this berry, even though I like that berry better. But this berry is supposed to be done on silk.
Oh, like tiny.
So gloss.
And yeah, and it would, if I do it even on 32 count, it would be enormous.
Mhm.
But part of me wants to anyway, because he's so cute.
Yeah.
But I don't have any berries that are that big. Not that I couldn't make them that big, but I don't have any that big. But I want to finish this, and so I'm about ready to stitch this. Where am I pointing? This bottom white here, and then I'm going to do the swirlies on this side. But I decided to go ahead and finish the sweater, which goes up over here, because
No, you're not far from being done on that.
those swirlies take forever.
Oh, but I mean,
But no, I think I can finish it by the 14th. And there are some on the scarf.
let me see.
If you look closely at the picture right here, you can see that she has threads coming out to make the ends of the scarf.
Oh yeah.
A little fringe.
So I have to have the swirlies on that side around that scarf finished before I can do that. But yeah. But I thought I'd finish the scarf before I do the swirlies, and then I'll do that.
Well, that little one is cute. It's got like a square pattern behind it.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be full coverage. But when I bought I bought this fabric,
Uh-huh.
I got that thread that's supposed to be full coverage for, and this fabric is exactly the same color.
Ah.
I took the fabric. I mean I took the thread over to the fabric. And I have quite a bit more of this fabric, and I was like, should I use it for those Easter patterns that I bought? You know what? I think I'm going to try to do that. It'll be gigantic. It won't be the tiny little berry. But if I did it, oh my God, 1/1 or something, it would be smaller, like Beth is attempting on the nativity berry. She's working that on 25 count, and this is 32 count ice blue linen.
Is that one that you bought at?
I bought it at Hobby Lobby, and I'm trying to remember who made it. I don't remember. I have the original packaging, but it's in my package of fabrics. So
Now it looks like this is like in this little one, the scarf is done differently, right? The squares in the scarf look like a satin stitch or something.
yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, I think it looks cool.
My first embroidery was in the brownies. And I remember doing, daisy stitches and satin stitches. I still like that kind of embroidery. I don't do it anymore because I'm in this rabbit hole. But but I like the way they look, and when they're specialty stitches, I find myself really loving them, Anyway, but look at the top, the way she did this berry. She doesn't have a picture of the tops back here. Look, it looks like little snowballs.
Oh, it's cute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, and I love the little snowflakes that she has here.
Mm-hmm.
The little snowflakes on this little one. And the picture will be up there. And I don't care if Naomi puts the picture where you can see what I'm talking about longer. But, Naomi finishes the videos for us because she's good at it.
Except when I put the wrong picture from the wrong week.
I keep
my shoulders
shoving the
completely cut
table.
off.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so now
I'm sorry for past weeks when it's only been like. Hi, hello. So we're trying to be more centered this week.
So
I'm always in the center.
We know.
So the temperature chart that I was talking about earlier.
You mean your dark red chart?
Yeah, 150 over 115 the entire week, right? And last week it was over 115 the whole week, and but I got one wrong because I looked at it too early in the day. So on the 22nd, a week back from today, right?
A week ago.
Yeah, 117.
Yeah.
Then 115, 115, 117, 117, 115, 115. But that is at Sky Harbor.
Yeah.
There are parts of town that have been much hotter.
Yeah.
And I don't...
Somebody I know
Let me see yours.
from
that you
the
stitched.
acoustic neuroma group posted something about, rain. And I was like, where did you get rain? It didn't rain here in Albuquerque. Where do you live? That you got rain or something like that. And she said, yeah, as soon as I posted that, it stopped raining.
Well,
I got a drop.
The other day, I got a dust storm warning. So there's certain things when you do a dust storm warning that you take care of, like in the backyard, because they're accompanied with wind. And I got the little
Alert.
loud alert that there was a dust storm warning until a certain time. And it covered our area. So I went outside and put things away that I didn't want to end up in the pool. And the promised dust storm did not arrive. And
got lots
the
of wind.
reason why you want the dust storm is because
Sometimes there's rain afterwards.
they're often accompanied by rain. Yeah.
We haven't had any actual rain, but I go out and my car is dotted with obvious moisture that came with the wind, but no real like I'm longing for that toad string.
There were black clouds in the sky when we left for the movie yesterday.
The city produces so much heat that the clouds come along and they go whoop around this column that's just
Yeah, well, Awatuki must be providing more heat than other areas because it sure goes around us.
Somebody's like, oh, it rained up in
Yeah,
Queen
well,
Creek in Scottsdale. I'm like, yeah, because they pay for better weather up there.
The other day we were out somewhere and
No offense if you live in Scottsdale.
the grocery store or something like that, but we came out and there was like clouds all over the place, and you could see rain south of here, like in
and
Tucson or
lightning,
something,
and you're
and
like,
it was just like all
And you're like,
dark
oh,
and-
maybe it'll get rain.
No, it won't.
Okay,
That's my favorite.
so-
One of my favorite quotes from Tony
Yeah.
Hillerman.
So for WIPGO for August, my pulls were Stitching with the Housewives, Silent Night,
oh yeah.
and
remember that.
I remember when she put these out last summer, I said these are some of the better patterns that I've seen her do, right? I really love
me
this Silent Night.
Oh,
But I was talking with Beth. This is where I am so far.
nice.
Okay. And it's wide enough. This thing, I didn't iron it as well as I should have, but it's wide enough for the pattern, right? I hope. anyway, I was talking with Beth, and I'm like, I'm very tempted to take this bottom part off because it's Santa Claus over the houses, and it's very cute. But to me, Silent Night has nothing to do with Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
And I have nothing against Santa Claus. I love Santa Claus.
I love Santa.
But
then you would cut out the chickens and the cow and the pig.
yeah, but the chickens and the cow and pig can be put on a different thingy. I don't know. I haven't for sure decided. I'm just kind of like,
It's so pretty though.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I have been adding, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the picture, but I've been adding sparkly thread to the snowflakes and anywhere there's snow. So I'm adding a gold sparkly thread I added a gold sparkly thread to the gold star, and then I'm adding, it's not Krynic. It's much thinner, and it frays better, more. It frays more than Krynic, believe it or not. But I think it's called.
Is that DMC Diamante or whatever?
I think the gold one might be, but no, the white one I think is Accentuate.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I've been adding that because I really like. If you hold it in the light, you see how you can see
the white on the roof really sparkles.
Yeah, you can really see
yeah,
the
I
sparkle.
can see it.
And
That's so nice. Do the whole thing.
but the buildings and stuff, I don't want to do them that way because buildings don't sparkle.
They do have to have snow on them.
This I have it on this snow.
Yeah. On the roof.
But I'm not on this part.
Right.
But anyway,
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean do the whole thing sparkly.
So-
I meant do the whole pattern.
my real quandary is the Silent Night is done in white. Okay, the words Silent Night, right here, the words. And I'm like, would those sparkle? And if they sparkled, would they sparkle with white sparkle or would they sparkle with gold sparkle? and so I am still working on, there has to be 3 billion stars in
Yeah.
in this pattern, and I carry those threads because I am not going to cut, because there's 2 threads, 2 stitches here and 2 stitches, no. But I am loving this, and I remember when I was working on it, I was having so much fun, and I kind of didn't want to put it away, but I was like, I got to put it away. I have too many patterns to work on. I think it was on my WIPGO last year, and I hadn't started it even. So in 10 days or 15 days last year, that's how far I got, which means I was really having fun. Especially considering
Sparkle.
putting in the sparkly threads, which
Or
takes
not
longer.
It's really
Easy to
hard.
work with. Yeah.
My other call was also a Christmas pattern.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, Christmas Lantern by
remember
Twin
that.
Peak Primitives. And I absolutely love this.
Remember that? It's like a little thing under glass.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
With the little cardinal in there and all that. And I really like it. And now I am not going to do these little dots.
Have you started that yet?
Yes.
Okay.
I am not going to do these little dots that are in this pattern. I don't know if you'll have a picture long enough
yeah,
to see
I
what I'm
remember.
talking about. But
Oh, it's the
There's
glass.
like a
Supposed
snow
to be the
globe?
glass.
No,
yeah,
it's a
no,
lantern.
it's a lantern with stuff in it instead of lights.
But it has
But it's
little
glass.
Cloche.
little tiny.
Is it called a cloche?
No,
It says lantern.
it
I
says
know, but I
lantern,
mean-
but it has little tiny dots for some reason.
To
around
be
it.
the glass,
snow.
to show
I
the
think
glass.
like
But
snow.
the lines.
The
show
lines
glass.
are the glass. I think those are supposed to be snow.
Oh, I see. I didn't
Yeah.
see them before.
Well,
I see.
that's the thing. You can't see them on the picture. And the fabric that I'm doing this is DMC fabric, and it's a
Oh.
gold.
it's sparkly.
I like sparkle.
Now I noticed.
It's a gold sparkle, And
yeah.
what I was going to do is just go around with these colors. These are all DMC colors, and I'm doing it on this weird. I forgot to say on the Stitching with the Housewives, I am using, for the most part, the called for colors, but I like, for the whites, I am using Weeks Dye Work Icicle. I really love that color for white. To me, bamboo and what is that other one that she uses a lot? 12 grain. They basically look the same, and they have very, very little modeling in them. The Icicle by Weeks Dye Works has a slight blue that comes through, and when I paint a snow scene, I use a lot of blue in the white, because when you see the snow, there is blue in it, and so I like to use that color for that. So that's the only change I made on the colors for the, I think, for that one. Anyway, this is all the called for colors, but I am doing it on this DMC sparkly thing. And I noticed when I was doing the lines for the glass that there's no way those little dots will show up, so I'm not going to make them because it's so sparkly.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to start this again, but what I decided to do was just outline the colors. I'm going to outline this borders here and then fill in. I think it'd be just easier to do that, because then I can do that without looking at the pattern. The flowers down here are a little more challenging than they look, just because you've got all this these little red berries, and then the fronds from these coming out, and I'm afraid that if I do it wrong, that the threads will show if I but I really like when I started putting the bird together and his little face came out. Yeah, so I'm excited to work on that too. I actually really enjoyed that. So on my channel, I am over 300.
Congrats.
And so this coming week, I will be giving people an opportunity on my channel, Everyday Artist Eve, to win one of these 3 patterns. This is a hands-on design, Polar Bear Peak. Beth was talking about that last week. And this is also hands-on design, and it's called More Beach Please. And I remember when it came out, I was like, oh, that's so cute. I want to make it. And then I saw somebody that had stitched this, Summer at the Shore by Cottage Garden Samplings. It's one of their series, A Time for All Seasons. And it's a seagull sitting on a pier post. And I've never been anywhere that had a lighthouse. I think lighthouses are cool and all that, but I did live near an ocean. And I
So fun.
I did a painting, I think, of a pelican. I don't have the painting anymore. I gave it to somebody. But with those pier things on it. And I don't know. I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's got to be it. Now, the reason that these are all ocean themed is because I had originally wanted to use the Art of Design things with the sea animals and stuff, and I was like, I think I want to keep it with ocean things. So if you want a chance to win one of those, go to my channel on Monday.
Yeah, you can find her channel if you go to our description and go down to our link tree, click on the link tree, and it will have our Etsy shop and then both
Beth's,
of their channels.
Yeah, and she should have one. She just doesn't.
They keep telling me. I keep thinking about it.
Anyway, because I was at the attic, I was looking through all of the patterns to see what I wanted to get, and I walked by a display of Erica Michaels patterns.
That's dangerous for you.
Especially if they're berries.
Oh no.
And this is quilting berries.
Oh yeah, you showed me that. You sent me a picture.
And as I was looking at it,
Can I
was
open it?
like, huh?
Can I open it and look at it?
Yeah. As I was looking at it, I was like, I think I want to quilt little tops.
Very sweet. That's cute. That's a
Get-
good idea.
Get some of my scraps that are approximately the same colors used in there, and make little quilted tops. I would have to really think about the binding. I think I would do the kind of binding where you just put the back on and sew it around and flip it over. But I think that would be cute, don't you?
Yes.
More work, but cute. And trust me, I have plenty of little scraps. I have a whole bunch of little triangles that I could, make something with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that. That's very cool. This one that's full coverage. Ooh.
So I have no plans to start that anytime soon because I obviously have way too much to do. And then I had been walking by.
I'm just saying, these would look really nice in decorating my dream box. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. Okay. Anyway.
Because I don't display my berries anywhere.
No, I'm just saying. I don't have any berries. I've never had a berry, and a berry would look so cute decorating my dream box.
You could make a berry.
I could make my own, but it might take me 15 years. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Excuse my shameless plug.
I just had this wild thought while you were talking about that. Do you remember when for Christmas I made some berries for Rachel that were
Oh yeah.
fabric. They were just fabric. She has a beautiful Christmas tree she puts up every year, and I thought, oh, this look really pretty on there. So I made her a couple. I was like, what if when I'm quilting the tops, I quilt fabric to make a quilted berry, an actual quilted berry.
Nice.
Speaking of fabric, I saw this fabric several times, and I said, I have no use for that fabric. I have no need for that fabric. I have no reason for that fabric.
Famous last words.
And when I went up to the counter,
It has little dots on it.
Oh, that's
Really
cute.
pretty.
when I went up to the counter, I was like, what? I just, I couldn't get the fabric out of my mind.
Yeah, because 2 weeks ago when we went to the attic, she had picked up that fabric and then she was carrying it around and then she put it back
Yeah.
and didn't buy it after all. And so this time,
I just now had a thought. It's very close to the same color.
yeah.
I should do that linenberry on that one.
I'm looking
Very-
at it. I'm like,
very
that would be.
close to
You
the
remember
same
that Hi Rogue. Hello, doggy. You remember that pattern I bought that I still haven't started because I was going to dye the fabric and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's Santa and the reindeer.
Mm-hmm.
That would look so good on that. That would look so good on that.
Well, the attic is over there in Mason.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not asking you to give me your fabric. I just saw it and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
that'd
would
be
look good
perfect.
on that. And they have one. They have one that there, Naomi,
Mm-hmm.
that is very, very similar. It's just kind of a brownish color.
Mm.
It would look really good on that too.
But this one is like the sample's on blue.
The sample's on blue.
Yeah.
They might order it again. Who knows? Anyway, I've been talking long enough. That's me.
Here's the dog. I guess she thinks we should be done. But Beth hasn't gone yet.
I'm gonna stick that up.
Because I talked forever.
Okay, so I'm still working on my cross stitch camp piece. Right now I'm just filling in the water, which is easy and not so easy. I don't have to look at the pattern. I did this darker color, and I was confused as to what it was, but I looked at it later on. I thought, oh, that's the night sky. This is the waves, the top of the waves, and this is the night sky. And these little white dots are stars in the sky. And then there's the snowflakes, of course. But yeah, this is the night sky. Because I thought, what is that? It's the top of the water. I thought, oh, it's the sky. No. So now I'm just doing filling in the water underneath, and I'm about halfway, up the thing, and it's full coverage. So I'm hoping today is the 20 something.
The 29th.
Yeah, so I have like a few days to finish this. So I thought I was working on it today. So anyway, there's that. And then my, for WIPGO, I already did the famous three-legged elephant, and I did the elephant was the DMC kit. Then I did the caterpillar cross-stitch Hello Pumpkin, the tree with all the leaves and animals and stuff. And the third one was Pandemic. That is huge. It's like 365 by 429 stitches. And I started in the center, and it's, well, sort of center, this little cartouche here.
That's kind of like the size of my snowman.
Yeah. And so the dark part up here I had done before, and the rain and these little deer. So I did this. I've done 3 or 4 days. I'm gonna go all the way to the end of the month to do my 6 days. So I don't know how many days that is. And there's one day that I just did like one little swirly motif in this little urn vase thing, because I was like, I picked it up and tried to stitch, and I kept falling asleep, because I think that was the day we went grocery shopping, or we did something that, and it might have been the day that I was working on all my FFOs. I was contemplating and thinking through and picking fabrics and stuff like that. But so I did this, and the dilemma with this that I had, originally I thought, oh, I'm gonna, because it has all of these different, sections and motifs and ideas and whatever, that I thought, I want to do it all in all these different blues, because I've got this sort of green fabric that I dyed myself. This is a 28 count even weave, and so my original thought was that I would do like all these different colors of blue. And so I actually bought at from Hobby Lobby the DMC, all the different blue shades of DMC, including their variegated threads and stuff like that. But and toile, a lot of toile. But then I decided, when I was doing this, I thought, well, maybe I'll just do the whole thing in this. This is like 823, this one color. But then when I got down here to the deer, I went ahead and did them in toile. And the swirlies in this vase I did in another shade of toile, and there's two butterflies and 2 like little deer dogs, or dogs, I guess, and so I decided I'll do those in another shade of blue, specifically those animals. But so the problem here, though, is like deciding, well, is that part of the border or the outside, or is that part of the inside design or whatever? But so I sort of figured part of that out. But so
it is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. So I had originally done like one side of this little urn thing. I done like one handle, kind of like down one side, and I had just started on the inside. I had about a third of the inside done, so I was able to, in the days that I worked on it, finish this, all the light blue, the little swirlies inside this vase, and then finish the vase. And I did this one end here to finish the thread I was on. I was playing thread chicken while I was going. But so I want to do some more on this side, do more of this dark blue, and there's like a design underneath here. But first, I'm gonna do the little butterflies and dogs that are on this side here, and there's a couple of owls that go. I don't think I even done them yet. Above these swirlies, there's some of these round things. I don't know what they're supposed to be. I don't know what up here, and there's an owls sitting on top of them. So I haven't done those yet. But and then there's one in the middle here and a crown. So it would be really cool to finish that whole thing, but I know I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to do those little animals down here, and maybe start to go up here. I don't know. I mean, that's pandemic, and I have 3 more days or whatever on that. And then the other, besides the actual WIPs, were new starts and FFOs. So I'm not going to show all my FFOs because I have a whole ton of them. I have a whole bunch of smalls, and
None of them are actually done.
yeah, I did 2 other FFOs I think already.
A couple of them aren't done
The-
because I haven't taken my sewing machine out.
Yeah, that's yeah.
The reason why is for stories.
Yeah, but so one of the FFOs I had on my list was the Christmas at Winterberry Cabin by Britta Gervais with a needle and thread, and so that one is all cut out, and I used Lady Dot Creates velveteen on the back of that, and it's in string bean. It was really hard to pick a fabric for it because the Winterberry Cabin, the design is very prim colors, very kind of faded looking colors, and so I wanted something. I had some fabrics, all these Christmas fabrics, but they were all very bright and vibrant, and sort of didn't really go with the style of the stitch, and so I realized I had this velveteen string bean velveteen from Lady Dot, and the color is good. It's a good match. So I went ahead and cut that out, and that's ready to go for hopefully when Eve gets so. And then I could stuff it.
You could sew. You love telling me all the things
Not
I
re-
could do.
Not really.
She doesn't want to
No.
use a sewing machine though.
But I mean, I could sew it by hand. But anyway, so that's one of my FFOs.
I will say that Lady Dot Creates velveteen slides.
Yeah, it's hard to sew.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, but it's so pretty.
Yeah, and so then my other one, I can't remember what the other one was.
Doesn't matter. You'll show them next week when they're done.
Yeah, there's that one and
There's a whole
something
bunch.
else, and then I had a whole bunch of smalls.
You'll show them.
It was the elephant and pug.
Oh yeah.
Elephant pug and dragonfly ant. I decided to do with it because they're the same size, and and I found amongst all my finishing things, I found a little wooden plank kind of thing. It has a jute hanger, and it's just a basic plank, and in a sort of whitewashed, distressed white finish. And I think I'm just gonna mount those stitches on like like maybe foam core and stick them on there. And because I thought, well, maybe I could put like a unifying fabric behind it or something to make them, because I was originally contemplating some other pieces that I had to stick them to, but the colors are not
They're not
are not the same. The elephant and pug is there's like kind of rusty orange colors, and gray, and then some black and white on there. And that's the only thing. The black and the white are the only thing it has in common with the other one, because the dragonfly and ant is a lot of blues and things like that, and then the black of the ant and a little bit of white in there. So like, well, I don't know. But I think they'll look okay on that little plank, and I might do a fabric, like kind of fabric square or something, or some kind of liner on them. I only have a few days to decide. But anyway, so that's like.
Because then the cross stitch police will be here.
Yeah, I know. So.
If you don't get it done by the first of
So
August.
I did spend one day like sorting through and deciding what I was gonna do with it, and the other
Yeah,
day.
and she made us wait for picking up Naomi and everybody for going to the movie.
Yeah, I was waiting.
But-
I couldn't get her to. I couldn't get. She's like, but I'm almost done with this.
But I was really puzzling about all the smalls. Like, I was thinking at first I was going to do like scissor fobs, but then I thought, I don't really use scissor fobs myself. I make them. I love them. They're a lot
You're
of fun.
obsessed with scissors.
I am, but for whatever reason, I because all the scissor fobs I make to give away, to sell, to whatever, and but like the Turtley Lovable is just a little tiny turtle thing that Lindy Stitches designed, and designed it as a scissor fob is how she has it finished, and I thought, well, I could do that, but then I thought, and so I think what I do use a lot of is needle minders.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I think I'm going to do is finish them with a little backing fabric and whatever, and
Make them into a needle minder.
Yeah, and put a magnet on the back and make them into needle minders because they're so tiny. So I think I'm going to finish all those little tinies that way. And then I have a couple of Christmas things, and this is the Santa that I cut wrong. It was, they come with those little plastic frames, and I cut the fabric wrong, and I realized, oops, I can't, I don't have enough fabric to wrap it around the little square that it came in. And so, so what I did is I actually laced this onto I took the cardboard backing that it came with and just cut it down so that it's the same size as the actual stitching, and then I had like an eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch, I think, or maybe a quarter.
I think it was more like a 16th.
And yeah, and so just enough to grab it with the thread and lace it over the little cardboard thing, and then I went around it with this little ribbon trim that I found at Hobby Lobby, and
Looks nice.
I found these metal ornament things in their Christmas section, and they're sharp as heck. You could cut yourself with that. But and it comes with the little ornament things came with this.
She just wants to put a bow or a little thingy underneath.
Put something underneath here because you can kind of see where the ribbon comes together down here, and I thought if a little charm or something underneath there, maybe, and just
That's nice.
And then
A little Christmas charm would look really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other Christmas design I have
Nice.
is round. It's supposed to go, in
See,
little
don't
round
you think
frame.
that would look cute hanging from my little?
Yeah.
is a little round design, and it just barely fits on one of these. So if I again, put some kind of edging on it. The trouble I had with that was I'm looking at like all the ribbons and all the things I have, because it's like greens and blues, and so like a red ribbon or on it or whatever, red edging trim on it wouldn't work. And I have a few different possibilities that I found that I'm thinking about doing for that. And then I have one that's a bunny, and I have a bunny. I think I bought it at the dollar store. It's a little tin bunny with a wooden bunny on top, right? And the little bunny that I have just fits on the bunny's butt right there. So that's another one. So anyway, I'm having to like squeeze all these things in the last few days of July. But this piece, this is giving me a dilemma, because I do have some blue backing fabric, which is about the only color. I was looking at all my fabrics going, well, what kind of matches this? Does it look good with this? And because this fabric is such a weird color, I dyed this, I don't know, with some kind of red, I don't know what color. And so it's a very bizarre kind of color for me. It's not in my usual color palette of blues and greens, whatever. But I don't have any fabric that really matches it very well, except if I use blue. There's the stitching of the words is variegated blue. So that's the only thing. But what I was originally thinking of was of making it into a pillow with its own fabric, but I don't know how to do that, and I don't know how to do like the ends, and so I don't know what to do.
You sew it inside out and turn it around.
Yeah, but I don't know how to.
You leave an opening.
Well, first you sew these two down so that they can be like,
Mm-hmm.
and then you sew it like it's, and then you pop it around. I think I could figure it out.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my dilemma about that. So
It's a little like how I do the.
So then, when we were at the attic, I bought, this is the 2023 Santa by Prairie Schooler. He's got his he's got the little
candy canes
in his belt, and lots and lots of snowflakes.
Cute.
It says Snowy Night on the top here. And there's a lantern. And lantern here. It's like, I'm looking at the pattern back here going, there's a lantern. No, it's over here. But it's really cute.
That is very cute.
So that's the new one. And then I bought this. I've looked at it, and I hope I don't have it in a magazine. I don't know, my Punch Needle magazine or something. But this is a Lindy, Heartstring Samplery.
I love that. I almost bought it myself.
It is Who Let the Frogs Out.
Can I see it?
And so, yeah, the fabric, the green fabric is Swamp Thing by Fox and Rabbit, I think.
But I like that series.
And,
like the first one's Baby Got Backstitch. And what was the second one? It was something like that.
That's cute.
But so Who Let the Frogs Out, there's a whole bunch of sewing things. There's thread, there's scissors,
needles.
There's,
As in frogging, ripping out.
And then there's
Ribbit.
frogs. There's
Nice.
little frogs in the corners.
I love that.
And it's all done in Weeks Dye Works grits. It's all like a white color. So it's just one color.
Nice.
And
That's really cool.
yeah, Fox and Rabbit Swamp Thing is the color that the fabric that they used. But yeah, so it's really cute. So I got that. I picked that up when I was at the attic last Saturday. But so then the WIPGO numbers were called. And no. One more thing for my my new starts. So also on my WIPGO board for July was more my new starts. And I kept going back and forth, is number 4 the ferret or the raccoon? It's the ferret. No, it's the raccoon. No, it's the ferret. It's the raccoon. So for one of my new starts is the cross-stitch camp piece. One of my new starts is the raccoon. This is the by Cottage Garden Samplings, A Year in the Woods, number 4. So I've done the fox, and I've started. Oh, I should say I've started all. I started the fox. I've started the swans. I started the jackrabbit, and this is the raccoon. And so I just barely did a start on it. I did just because I had to do the border, because the border is how I'm defining all of them, because I'm putting those 3 that I talked about on one fabric, and so I had to do a little bit of the border. I just did a little bit. I have like all the thread from the border like wrapped around up here to get it out of the way, because I just did a little bit so I could know where to start, and I did like a little flower. This is what is it? Charlotte's Pink. Charlotte's Pink and Graphite are the 2 weak Styworks colors in this design, and then the rest is DMC. But so these 2 little, there's a tiny little square and a little flower, and that's all I did on that. But I'm calling that a start because that's what it is.
Yeah. Baby got backstitch and hoop. There it is. See.
Cute.
Yeah. And then my other new start was the Prairie Schooler. This is I just love this one. This is Starry Night. This is very similar to the Blackrock Angels. And so I started here with the one with where is it? Mary and Joseph and the baby on the donkey. And I just did one thread. This is 22 count Hardinger. And the reason I'm doing it on 22 count Hardinger is that this is the only piece of fabric I had that was big enough. Excuse me. But I'm doing it 1/1. So I have just the sky of I guess Bethlehem or something.
A start is a start.
Yeah. So this is one, because I had originally cut kind of a long piece because I was gonna double it over and do it 2, but 2 threads over 1 basically, because if I did it 2/2 it would be big, like 11 count, So so I started off with the 2 threads, doing it over 1, but it was very dense and very hard to see because it's black and it's really hard to tell, am I in the right hole? So I pulled it all out and went back and did it over 1. So you can really it's
You mean 1/1?
Yeah, 1/1. So so when you look at it up close, it's easy to see, but from a distance you can't see it. But I'll take a picture and you'll see. So there's that. So that's that's July. Excuse me. So for the new WIPGO pulls, my FFOs to do are this by Homespun Elegance. This is from their Mary Noel collection, Good Must I Be. It's an old-fashioned little Santa thing. And I did this. I did it. This is, I think this is also, might be 22 count Hardinger, might be 32 count. I have no idea what it was. But on here I put Puck and Snug. I put their names on here because originally I think the designer put like her grandson's name or something on there. And and I didn't want to put my name on there.
So do you give your
So-
cats coal every Christmas? They're always
They
getting in
deserve
your
coal.
stuff.
They get toys. But so yeah, this says, "Good must I be, so Santa will come see me," and then Puckett Snug's names are on there. There's Santa. It says really cute, and I'm probably gonna make a tiny little cat pillow.
Cute.
Yeah, or maybe a flat fold.
So they can bite it.
And then another one I have is Under the Bow, and this was originally designed, I think, as a scissor fob also. So there, but you could do it, I guess, as a pin pillow or something. I don't know where I have. Here it is. All I have is this. It was a little. I think it's a Chessie and Me design. I can't remember now. I'll have to look it up. But it's basically, it's a cat sitting under an acorn tree, basically. An acorn bough is beneath the bough. And so, because it came with this little gingham fabric. And, do I have this? No, this is the front. No. Did I make this backwards? Oh, no, it's upside down. It's like, yeah. EAM, it has my initials on it, and these little acorns on the back, and this is the front, which is the little cat beneath the bough, and then you just sandwich them together. So so rather than a scissor fob again, I think I'll make just a little pillow.
That would be huge for a scissor fob.
Yeah. It's
You should put it on a
It may be just a pin designed to be a pin pillow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's been a long time since I've looked at the design. So it's just been floating in my finished objects bag. And then my third, along with that hippity hop, there was is this hippity hop, which is a Primrose Cottage Stitches by, I think Lindsay Waite is the finisher. So, and again, this was a little pillow, hippity hop, little rabbit. And I did this on 25 count. I did this whatever one. No, is it 25 count? No, it's like 40 something count. And so it's this little teeny weeny thing in here. It's very teeny. It's like a
That's
postage
ridiculous.
stamp.
That's one of those fabrics that you got from Hobby Lobby that they don't have anymore.
No, they think they still have them.
Do they?
Yeah, these little packs of like embroidery thread, and they have like a
Embroidery fabric, you mean?
yeah, yeah, and they have like a set that's like a black and tan and white and like that, and then they have a set that's these sort of more springy colors. So anyway, so that's my FFO stuff, and then my whips are this is Yay. It's a Native American design. Is this the one you got?
Is that how it's pronounced? It says on the front how it's pronounced.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Mine does.
Well,
It
mine
doesn't.
doesn't.
Yeah, I think that's
Yay.
the one I bought
Yeah.
you. Yay.
Pronounced Yay.
That's the one I bought you
Yeah.
when we went fishing.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
I bought
yeah.
mine in Albuquerque, but it's the same pattern.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
company. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is by Southwest Decoratives.
But Eve, when I bought that, it was a whole kit, right? Wasn't it a whole
yeah.
kit?
Yeah.
Mhm. Rugs of the Southwest series.
It's very cool.
And so it is full coverage, this yellow background behind the stitches, behind the sisters, basically. The
It's Three Sisters.
yeah.
Isn't it? Something like that.
It's came from a sand painting design. The figure, anyway, I don't know. So, I had bought this. I saw this like thread keep thing, at the attic, and I bought it just on a whim. And the colors, these are the colors for the design. Like, it's just enough. There's lots and lots of this one color, this one, because that is, like I said, it's full coverage in the back. But so when I started it, I think I did it. I started it for Mania or something, but and I think this is the top. This is all I did was the one line of, I think it's this girl in the middle, right here.
You started it for Mania last year?
I don't know. I have no idea when I did.
So I got it when
Yeah,
you went
so
fishing.
maybe
when I went
I did
fishing
it.
in October.
Yeah,
So
I
did
don't
you
know.
start it this May?
So maybe I did it for my birthday. I don't know.
I don't know.
But so yeah, so I just did, one thing, one line. So I'm gonna work on it for WIPGO, and I think my goal is 6 days or whatever. And then my other one is Daily Walk in the Woods by Carolyn Manning, and I've been doing this for I don't know how long. But and it's
Does
another
it
one
say
of
what
those.
year that it started? Because it was a
Not on this
Stitch-a-long,
page.
right?
Yeah, it was a Stitch-a-long. I don't know if it was a mystery, but it was a Stitch-a-long
I thought it was.
back in the day. I don't know.
Anyway.
But and again, I think this is one of those that I realized is not my cup of tea. Is the little motifs.
Oh, see, that's like totally up my alley.
Yeah, that I just
Because
you think, oh well, you could finish a tree and it's like finishing, it's a mini finish kind of thing, a sense of accomplishment or whatever. But for me, I just it's not. My
I think
cup of
you
tea.
get a rash having to change
Yeah.
colors. You
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
do,
Like
I do.
you
I'm-
want to do all the color, all the
Yeah.
same color in the whole entire thing.
So this is where I am.
And I get a rash doing the same color too long. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I love that.
Yeah. So the only
It's
problem
so
was
cool.
it's supposed to go like this.
Oh yeah.
And so I think this is the top of the design. So I'm like, where's the edge?
It'll be all right.
So yeah. I got plenty of room on the side. I think. I don't even know. But because and I think I started, this was before my, cross stitch calculator days. I'm so addicted to that because I have no confidence that I'm choosing the right size. And so this is this came this size, so I just use it. And this is 14 count 8 or 6, no, it's maybe 16, I don't know. But yeah, so that's where I am, little by little. I'm making progress.
It's a daily walk.
Daily walk in the woods. Yearly walk in the woods. So, and this little needle minder is an octopus. I got this at, I don't remember who it was, but at Stitch Nanigans a couple years ago. Yeah. I like that. It's a little octopus. Anyway, on this one, this needle minder, I think this is one that Rachel gave me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my upcoming WIPGO stuff and the finishes that are upcoming for that. And my new starts for this month.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. All right. So you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stories. My kitchen's almost done. I'm so excited. Cabinets are up. We're just waiting for the countertop. I had to buy an extra slab of granite, which was not a happy day in my week. Because our guy said, you only need one slab. But then that was a wrong estimate. So anyway, we had to buy an extra slab. But we're getting what we want, which is a cap on the windowsill and a bar
Well,
extension.
with
So-
that though, you have a husband that was like, that's going to irritate you for the rest of your life because we'll never.
Right. Well, and that's what he said. He goes,
and to match granite when later.
no.
is
And
like,
he goes,
no.
if we don't do it now, we'll never do it.
Right.
And I was like, I could. So it was like I couldn't even say could you fit just the bar extension and not the windowsill cap? And he's like, no. I don't want to promise one. So it was either just the countertop, just as it was, like over the cabinets, or we could do the extension and the cap on the windowsill. So we couldn't even do one or the other. So
what's really nice though about that is that this contractor didn't go, well, they're just saying one thing and just do it. They told you.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
So so we decided, because I said, I don't care. I mean, the windowsill cap was an extra idea. Like, if we have extra granite, it'd be nice. I didn't care that much about it. But the bar extension, it's just a small bar. Maybe one person can sit there. But I have wanted that since we moved into the house. Mm. Because the original laminate, it's like there was a wall right there, and it went to the edge of the wall. So it stuck out 6 inches, not even 5 inches, like just a little bit like this. And I kept saying, like, that'd be so nice if we could extend that towards the dining room. Someone could sit there.
But it also gives you extra space.
Yeah, extra counter space and everything.
Because you would put your rice cooker or,
I have wanted
Instapot or whatever there.
I could sit in a high stool there and work on something kitchen-y,
Yeah, chop vegetables or what have
I'm
you.
tired of standing up. So I'm like, I've wanted that forever. And Mark's like, well, if we don't do it now, we never will. So we may as well go ahead. And now we're going to have extra granite. Most of us laugh. So we're thinking, well, could we have that cut and put it in our bathroom? Or, what can we do with it? So
Didn't Mark want something to cut reeds on or something?
He wants an oboe stand, which would be nice.
Yeah.
And then also we're going to see if we can't get a cap for our windowsill. Mantle on our fireplace.
Oh, yeah.
On the top of the fireplace.
Or the picture window that you have in the kitchen, because that would go right there.
So anyway, we have thoughts to figure out what we're doing with extra granite. But it's not a place we'd like to be, but that's because we're like, we'll just take the sink cut out and make something out of it. But now we have lots to play with, so I don't know how you do that. We just have to talk to the fabricator guy kind of, individually and say, what can you do with this? Yeah. So that's me. Yeah, that's my story.
So the reason I have more bags that I wanted to make, the smaller ones, with the citrus fabric and the sea turtle fabric. And I did not even look at any of my sewing stuff this week. I started getting, to say it was a headache it's not correct, because it wasn't a traditional headache like my brain hurt. It was the back of my head hurt. Right here. And I thought I must have slept wrong or something. And the muscles because if I turned my head, it was excruciating. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's not good for driving. And so I don't like taking Tylenol, like candy. So I was like, what is going on here? So it started on Monday, and on Tuesday we went grocery shopping, and I was miserable by the time we got back. And I told Beth, I'm just gonna, if it's muscle strain, I've got to take a muscle relaxer and just go lie down. Mm-hmm. And it did nothing. Yeah. Cold was doing nothing. Heat was marginally better, but not really taking the pain away. The muscle relaxer did nothing. And Wednesday morning, very early, because I couldn't sleep because it hurt to put my head on the pillow. Wow. And I kept trying to put my head on this side, but that's just not the way I sleep. Because you naturally roll over to
how you sleep,
to how you normally sleep.
Right.
And I was like feeling it, and I was like, it hurts when I touch it, and it was kind of like bumpy, for lack of a better word. And I was like, did I get a spider bite and it's infected? Because I remembered when the spider bit you on the jaw. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I better see what's going on. So I tried to make an appointment with my primary care, and the one close to my house, they didn't have any appointments, but they had them at they had one at Alma School, which is several miles, and they said, "Can you make that?" Now, when I started the conversation, it was 9 something, or when I got up, it was maybe not quite 9, and I was so out of it that I was like, "Sure." And then as I was getting dressed, I was like, because it was supposed to be for 10:15, I was like, it's 10:05, and so 10 minutes, no.
Yeah.
And so, but I got dressed and flew out to the car and started going, but I was calling them back trying to cancel the appointment. Because I knew I wasn't going to make it there in time, and the guy, she told me the doctor was leaving at a certain time.
Yeah.
And I got a hold of him and canceled the appointment, and I was like, I've got to see somebody. I'm going to go to urgent care or the Minute Clinic or something and see. And the urgent care was closer. I was afraid of driving because I couldn't turn my head, and my thoughts were foggy, and I was like, and then that's likely like lack of sleep and headache, But she said that she couldn't be positive because there was no rash. I think a lot of that is due to the fact that I take a lot of anti-allergy stuff, so I don't know. But she says it's obviously nerve stuff. So she says, I'm pretty sure it's shingles. And I said, because she was just going to give me pain medicine if I didn't want to agree to that. And I said, is it going to hurt me if I take shingles medicine and it's not shingles? And she said, no. I said, give me the shingles medicine. and so I'm considerably better. I mean, I can turn my head side to side, and my head doesn't feel all swollen and weird. But we went to the movies yesterday because they said, are you going to feel enough to go to the movies? I'm like, I'm going to sit here and watch TV, or I'm going to sit over there and watch a movie. What difference does it make? Except that at our theater, they have those seats that
big theaters
kind of go back, and they're
recliners.
wonderful seats. They're wonderful seats, except I think I need a little table. Anyway.
Yeah, I like when nobody sits beside me because I gotta put all my stuff over there.
Anyway,
sorry.
The seat thing kept pushing on my owie head, and so I can't watch the movie like this. And I was like, because I had Tylenol in my purse, but I was resisting because I had taken some earlier in the day, and I've been trying to have it. Take Tylenol in the morning and Tylenol with codeine at bedtime, and not take any in between because I hate taking medicine. Especially something like that. The reason I couldn't have any other kind of pain medicines because I'm allergic, which is why I hate taking it. And so I was like, okay, I give up. And I took some during the movie because I was just like, this morning it was like really hurting, and I think it was because I had pushed on it so much last night. But
you're better overall.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm getting better. And I'm glad I went to that movie.
Yeah, we saw Oppenheimer.
So good.
I thought it was really good.
So good.
Enjoyable.
Yes.
We went to celebrate, my son's new job that he got. So, and he's kind of in that in between vacation. So we're like, let's go. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have jawed for a long time today.
Yeah, we had a lot of haul, a lot of projects.
Stuff. Yep. So, we're gonna have to record on a weird day next week. Because I'm going to Taos, where it is only, the high is so hot in the 80s. Can't wait.
So,
So this
that
one's going
happens
to
when you're
babysit
9,000
my.
feet above sea level.
Yeah, you're going to babysit my granite.
Yes.
So if we can film this week, we'll film this week.
Yeah.
But if not, we might not be able to film until
Yeah,
next
we'll
week.
do a little placeholder. But so that's coming up, and it will be August.
Yes.
And then
It'll be
my
August day
birthmark.
after,
It'll-
like
on
in
Wednesday?
3 days. I
No.
cannot believe that.
I wanted
Tuesday.
to put one.
Yeah, I
this
think
this
Wednesday.
is this is a B pattern, free pattern. No, maybe I paid for it. Probably. Cute Patterns by Maria.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted, and the one last week was a DMC pattern that I finished, which was called, imaginatively was called Black Web. So I wanted to put one of Beth's finishes up here, and she gave me a flamingo. I was like, well, it's almost August. I should go ahead and put the flamingo out. And I had my little stuffed flamingos with it and all that. And I was like, it's not my birthday yet. I should wait and put it in. So I got out my bee.
I like that bee.
That bee is so cute. Now, it says something underneath on the pattern, and I don't remember what, but I didn't, because
Yeah.
I wanted to finish it round like that. I didn't put that.
Well, thanks for joining us again. Stay cool, my friends.
Yes,
Stay
hopefully
cool.
this heat wave will break.
Yeah.
I had a friend, my friend Janet that I went to graduate school with, and she got married, and so after graduate school, so I went out to where she lives in Indiana for her wedding, and her brother was among the groomsmen.
This
She
is
had
a
two or
long
three-
time ago.
Yeah, and after the wedding, we went to I think the reception was at the Botanical Gardens there in town, and afterward we were sitting outside. It was hot. It was summertime. It was hot outside, but I was sitting with her brother and some of the people at this table, and he was still all buttoned up, his tux and everything, and these other guys had like undone their ties and undone their necks and all that stuff, and somebody said something about to him, like, don't you want to be like so and so because they're all nice and cool and they're all unbuttoned? He goes, yes, but I look cool.
Well, nobody looks cool in Arizona. Yeah. I mean, even our CEO's new to the Valley, and this is his first summer, and
And he's thinking about moving.
and
examining his life
He's
choices.
like, why did I come here? No, he's been fine, but I almost asked him the other day, so are you sick of everybody talking to you about the weather now? Because now they're like, oh, it's even me. Like,
Did his
"It's your
battery
first
die?"
summer." No, not yet. But as far as I know. But he was still wearing, he does the suit coat and the shirt with no tie, right?
Mm.
He was still wearing that after it was 100, and I was like, does he not know someone needs to tell him that most men in Phoenix stop wearing coats as soon as it hits,
They wear dressy shorts.
yeah, they stop wearing coats, at 100 or so, and he was still every week, I mean every day, and then all of a sudden, no coats. He figured it out. Somebody, maybe one of the board members said, "Hey, nobody expects you to wear a coat when it's 110." So, but anyway, well, stay cool, and we'll
Yes.
see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.